Odds of a strong El Nino is now over 95%, with ocean temperatures to substantially exceed last big warming event. Sizzling ocean temperatures in the east central tropical Pacific throughout July indicate there is a good chance El Nino conditions will remain strong for the next 6 months, scientists say. This year's El Nino may drive ocean temperatures to substantially exceed those recorded during the last strong event in early 2016, scientists warned. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, latest El Nino update also says there is a more than 95% chance the event will last through to February 2024, with far-reaching climate impacts. El Nino is anticipated to continue through the Northern Hemisphere winter. NOAA staff wrote in the update, our global climate models are predicting that the warmer than average Pacific Ocean conditions will not only last through the winter but continue to increase. Scientists officially announced the onset of El Nino in early June. El Nino is an ocean warming event that typically occurs every 2 to 7 years in the central and eastern Pacific, driving air temperatures up around the globe. Its strongest climate impacts are usually felt during the Northern Hemisphere's winter and early spring, bringing more rain and storms across the southern U.S., southeastern South America, the Horn of Africa, and eastern Asia. In other parts of the world, such as Southeast Africa and Indonesia, El Nino leads to drier conditions and may increase the risk of drought. To track El Nino's progress, scientists measured sea surface temperatures in the east central tropical Pacific Ocean. Abnormally high temperatures seem to confirm early predictions that this year's event could be a big one. Atmospheric conditions are also consistent with a long-lasting El Nino, according to NOAA. El Nino is coupled phenomenon, meaning that changes we see in the ocean surface temperatures must be matched by changes in the atmospheric patterns above the tropical Pacific, the update said. More rain and clouds over central Pacific, as well as weak pressure in the east and reduced trade wind activity in the west, suggests the system is engaged and that these conditions will last through the winter, the staff said. Sea surface temperatures in the east central tropical Pacific exceeded the long-term average for 1991 to 2020 by 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1 degree Celsius. Throughout the month of July, temperatures from May to July, a 3-month average, called the Oceanic Niño Index, were also 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 0.8 degrees centigrade higher than usual, and marked the second warmer than average Oceanic Niño Index in a row. We need to see 5 consecutive 3-month averages above this threshold before these periods will be considered a historical El Nino episode, the update said. 2 is a good start, they said. There's a good chance the Oceanic Niño Index will match or exceed the threshold for a strong El Nino, the update said, and forecasters are now confident that the event will remain strong through the next year, although this does not necessarily equate to strong impacts locally, they said. El Nino affects global weather patterns as well as the Atlantic and Pacific hurricane seasons. The event usually dampens hurricanes over the Atlantic Ocean, but this year's sizzling water temperatures could mitigate this dampening effect, according to NOAA's Climate Prediction Center. While a hurricane update in May predicted a 30% chance of higher activity over the Atlantic Ocean, the latest forecast said there is a 60% chance of an above normal season, with up to 21 named storms and 5 major hurricanes. And this is by Sasha Pear on Life Science. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.